In this lesson, you learn about indices, surds, and logarithms. Indices is your first subtopic, and indices is not something that you are not familiar with. By right, you should have learned this during your Form 3 Chapter 1. So there are a few things you have to remember. Whenever it comes to indices, that will be the format of a to the power of m. We will regard a as the base, and we will name m as index, and sometimes we call it as power. Okay, so there are a few things you have to remember, few formulas before you work on the problems with indices. Few concepts here, so you have to do a quick recap. This is something that you have learned. Whenever you have the same base, when it comes to multiplications, what happened to the power? Additions, right? What do you have? You have 3 to the power of 7. You have the same base when it comes to divisions, you have subtractions. Minus 7, negative 11. You have a to the power of m and the whole thing to the power of n. You multiply the power together. 3 to the power of 14, right? Anything to the power of 0, you always have 1. And when you have the fractions as the power, remember the numerator will be labeled as power and the denominator will be labeled as the roots. The roots, remember? So the root n goes here, m goes here. Maybe different number. So you have 3 as the base. Remember, this is your roots. So you put the root of 5 to the power of 2. Okay, this is how you change it. Oh yeah, I left out one more formula you have to know. Whenever you have a to the power of negative n, meaning a power with a negative sign, you can always remember that any unknowns or any number, whole number, you always have 1 as your denominator. Whenever you want to change this one, change this power, positive to negative, negative to positive, what you need to do is to change the value between numerator and denominators. So you have 1 to the power of a, so negative n, you change to n. For example, 3 to the power of negative 4, right? Over 1, you always have over 1, and you have 1 to the power of 3, 1 over 3 to the power of negative 4 to 4. Right. So there are 6 mathematical concepts you have to remember. Keep that in mind. We are going right into the question with indices. So there are usually three types of the questions with indices. The first type will be simplify. Keep this in mind. Whenever you deal with the number, change the number to the same base, and usually we go for prime number. Okay, we have to look on the question, maybe C. Okay, so C, oh, you have to know about this. The order, the most priority is what within the bracket. You can solve out within the bracket, you do what's within the brackets. Followed by order, the power, followed by division, multiplication, same level, addition, subtraction, same level. We look at this one. You have x and then you have power 5, so multiply in, you still have the brackets, right? If without any power, that will be 1, right? Okay, so you need to get rid of the brackets. Remember, you have a square here. You have to multiply in for every single one. Last one, 2, 3. 2 times 3, 6, right? The only number here is 2 squared. You can leave it as 4 if you want. So x power 10, x power 2, multiply is a plus. You have 12. 10 and 6, you have additions. You have 16. You have 4x power 12 and y 16. This is your final answer. Right. We move on with E. Maybe here. 4.2 decimal point. So decimal point, most likely you don't have to change to the same base. Most likely lah. Usually you can simplify it straight away. 4.2 divided by 0.6, get it done in your calculator. You have 7s. x4, x9 minus 4 minus 9, negative 5. y14, y5, 14 minus 5, you have 9. We have a little problem here. Usually we don't keep a negative number as the power, as the simplest form. So you need to do something with this. Remember, always over 1. If you want to get rid of negative power, you can bring it down for the numerator. So 7, keep it on top. Y, keep it on top. X, you put it as denominator. Negative 5 will become 5, right? This is your final answer. Okay, we move on to this one. I think this is interesting. 7, 49, 7. So which one need to be changed? 49. I'm going to change 49 to 7 squared. Okay, solve out this one first. 7 squared. I keep it in a bracket first. 2, negative 2, negative 4. Alright, it's a long process. The rest is the same. Now we go by group. So usually we deal with number first lah. Okay, 7 power 2 plus. So plus, sorry, multiply, so you plus. Negative 12, division, so you put minus negative 2. And then for x, negative 2 plus 3 minus negative 2. And for y, you have no y here, and then you have y3 minus divisions. What is this? Oh, negative 2. So your final answer should be 7. We look at this one. 2 minus 12 minus negative 10 plus 2 negative 8. For x you have 1 plus 2, 3, and for y you have 3 plus 2, you have 5. Can we write this as number as your final answer? No, right? Usually we need to change the negative power to positive. So over 1, you're going to bring it down as the denominator. 7 power of 8, right? Right, this is your final answer. So simplify is more or less the same. When you deal with the number, change them to the same base. And the same kind of variable. And then the second kind of question, you have to find the value for the unknown. Basically, it's solving it. Solving it meaning finding the value of the unknown. Same thing, change them to the same base. 2, 2, 2. So we are changing 16 to 2 power of 4. This is how you write. Am I right? This is 1. Bracket means multiply, right? 4 plus 1. Okay, whenever you have the same base on the left, on the right, you have an equal sign. You can ignore the base, just look at the power. You write x minus 2 equals to 5. This is the value of x. Okay. Number 3. 25 and 5, which one have to be changed? Which one is not prime number? 25 is not a prime number. You're changing 25 to 5 squared to the power of x. Okay, 0, you cannot change anything to it. Alright, so you have the same base, just that both are on the same side. You have a 0 here, so what you can do is, you can keep one of them here. I will choose to keep it here because this is positive, it's easier. I will move this one. Minus, when you move here, plus, you plus 0 is the same thing. You have 5 to the power of 3x minus 4. Same base, so you can ignore the base. Sorry. Alright, 2, 3, and the last one, 4. 4 to 16, which one? Prime number, 2. So everything changed to power base 2. Okay, what happened here? This is multiply, right? So multiply, you plus. Alright, so again, 0 here, same base. I'm going to move this one to this side. And here I have m plus 3. Same base, ignore. Look at the power. Okay, this is about solving. Simplifying the expressions. Solving, meaning finding the value of the unknown, and the last ones will be word problems. Right. So in a research, a type of bacteria will multiply itself in 1 minute. The amount of bacteria at the start of the research was 300. Initial amount. The amount of the bacteria after t minutes, in minutes, is given by, okay, so you have a formula, it's easier. So determine the amount of bacteria after 9 minutes. Remember, t minutes, you can sub in any number of t. Same units, minutes and minutes, so meaning you'll have to sub in t equals to 9 into the equations to find the amount of bacteria. So you put t equals to 9, 300 multiplied by 3 power 3. You put in 3 power 9, and then you just have to get this in your calculator. This is the amount of bacteria after 9 minutes. This is A. We look at B. You have to find the T. Okay, T is unknown. When you have amount of bacteria to be 7 to 900. Okay, it's fair enough. You can use the formula. You need to find the time. So time should be something that's unknown here. How do you find the value of T? Brackets, this is multiplied. So you move it here. What do you have? You have 243. Okay, so how should we continue? You see, we have a little problem here. You want to compare, but they are of different base. So my advice, change them to the same base. Of course, you're changing 243. How do you know 243 is 3 power how many? It should be base 3 to make it possible for you to compare. And then you just try in the calculator, 3 power 5. Okay, there you go. 3 power 5 equals to 3 power t. Same base, and you can say that t equals to 5, meaning after 5 minutes you have this amount of bacteria, 72900. Alright, so in the next lessons I'll talk about the second subtopic, which is the Surds. Alright, thank you.